Of course I want you to be happy. I want that more than anyone in the world. Except Mama Josephine and Pop Richard Curry, but I like to think I was third. You forget, I was always there, okay? Through the relationships that didn't work out, through the broken hearts and the tears of frustration.
What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Wes from A Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on all social media, Twitter and Instagram at A Connection TV. And let's get into some things. I want to talk about RuPaul episode 6, okay? The Joan Rusical situation. Now, the last time I saw you, I was going off on the drag queens on All Stars 8, right? And a lot of y'all agree with everything that I said, which is great because I love when we can adopt similar connections despite our differences, all right? So this particular episode, I wanted to like kind of give the kids a break and like see what they do with this Joan Rusical, because a lot of the times, all of the Rusicals are masterful and like really, really entertaining. So I was curious about how this Rusical was gonna go, right? Not one of my favorite Rusicals, just to be honest. I mean, there were some moments where I was like, oh, that's awesome. But overall, the Rusical was all right. It was meh. You know what I'm saying? But let's start from the top and work our way down to the bottom. Okay, Jimbo starts this off by crying because he's a horrible lip syncer. And as a drag queen, you're known for your lip syncs. That's, you know, that's the thing. You lip sync, right? But Jimbo has been trash. And I said that the last particular, you know, review that I did of All Stars 8, I said he was trash. So he acknowledges that he's trash as a lip syncer. And he states that he's been really, really nervous and can't figure out why he's been bombing so much at the lip syncs. I'm glad that it's acknowledged, okay? Because I was like, what in the entire hell is going on? But it's interesting because Jimbo is a phenomenal entertainer and a comedy king / queen, whatever. And it's like, for you to not be able to lip sync and smash and go against the assassins, it's, you know, it's kind of telling. And I would feel some sort of way too. And I'm glad that he acknowledges and feels some sort of way. Everybody acknowledges that it's all kind of that Heidi in the closet or Heidi in the closet, Heidi closet, whatever it is, left the competition. It's not all. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not all at all. At this point, on like, who goes on All Stars to leave the competition? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody else could have had that spot. Like, it was a waste. It was a waste. And I'm glad that RuPaul did not have everyone else suffer because of someone bombing and not feeling up to the competition. It was a waste for him to go on the show and just quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's All Stars, it's not your first run at the rodeo. But anyways, that may just be my feelings, and that's okay. I do not care that he left. It was a punk of him to leave, period. So everybody is acknowledging that he left. Who the hell cares? I don't. KANDY MUSE takes it upon himself to say, I hope people don't look at me sideways because y'all know if I really felt some sort of way, that I would say how I really feel. I feel like KANDY, yes, you would say how you really feel if someone was trying you. But I feel like KANDY has a very sneaky kind of energy that exudes from him throughout these seasons. Like, I could see KANDY being a plotter. Now, if Jimbo were to confront you and be like, oh, I heard you said this about me, what's up? Yeah, KANDY will buck and be like, ain't nothing, whatever. But we talking about him being sneaky, and I see KANDY being sneaky. I see KANDY being a plotter, and I don't think Heidi in Closet was lying about that situation. Even Alexis Mateo or Alexis Michelle, whatever his name is, Alexis was like, yeah, he said that, and then because she ain't want to feel the heat, was like, well, no, I don't remember him saying, like, ain't nobody scared of KANDY, and ain't nobody scared of Heidi in Closet. What are we talking about? Like, what? So, like, you should have just said the truth. But I believe Heidi in Closet, and I believe that KANDY is a plotter. And it case in point, it happens at the end of this episode. KANDY starts to talk about how he was eliminated on his season for the Rusical because he did horrible. And yes, he did, and he did deserve to be eliminated. But to be brought back, I think RuPaul had like a hard on for Kandi, so it just was what it was for him to be brought back. And so it is what it is. Kandi and Jessica both want the role. And in my mind, I could see Jessica doing, no more wire hangers. I could see that being funny for Jessica. So they auditioned for it. And apparently, not due to the footage that we saw, but apparently Kandi did better than Jessica in the audition. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess Kandi gets the role. Cool. So now he's happy and he's like, well, I really have to prove myself and I really have to do well. Yeah, whenever someone battles for the role that they really, really want, you should do well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do have to prove yourself because now you fighting with this person on getting a role. If you fight with this person on getting a role and then lose, like the one that did the first one I got kicked out, I mean, it's not going to be a good look. So we get through the fluff of the episode where they're doing the dancing and they're doing the auditions and they're doing the, not auditions, they're doing the studio track, laying out the track and all that. All that was great. I'm segueing right to the end and we get into the runway, right? Because, the musical and the runway played at the same time. So we get into the musical, right? The Rusical. RuPaul looked amazing in the blue look. It looked like he couldn't walk. And I'll be wanting RuPaul to strut down the runway. RuPaul never struts. It's always the same mechanical kind of, you know what I'm saying? But if RuPaul could just like sashay and just give a like, I'm that, kind of vibe, I would be here with it. But, RuPaul looked amazing. All of the judges look amazing. Shout out to T.S. Madison. I remember way back in the way days, 9 years ago, or 7 years ago, 8, 9, 7 years ago, where I interviewed her in the hotel room in Atlanta. It was great. Like, I love to see people flourishing and doing their things. T.S. Madison is a star and will always be a star. And I'm appreciative of being in her presence and being able to break bread with her and talk with her via the interview. And it's nice to see where she is and where she's going to go. So shout out to you, T.S. Madison. You are a superstar, and congratulations on all of the current and future wins. So right out the gate, my faves in this musical was Kandi. Kandi's musical number, period, was the best, right? And for her or him, for him to put that together and sound so great, it was off the chain. Like the melody and the beat already was on a more rhythmic vibe for me, and I was already feeling the beat on it, And so I thought that was really, really dope that he got that. But the voice and everything, how they laid that down was spectacular. The show didn't start until Kandi came on stage and did the no more wire hangers. And it was just it was awesome. It was off the chain. Kahana, that was a mess. James, it was a mess. Like, I didn't care about what they were singing. Like, the beat that wasn't my genre of loving of music and entertainment. And it was just a mess to me, right? Then right after Kandi was Jessica Wilde. And I thought he did great. But I just didn't really care for the song. But his action and using the acts and the acting was great. I thought that was on point. Then LaLa Ri came through. And last episode, I read Kandi down and I read LaLa Ri down. But this episode, they came to slay. I felt all-star from them finally in this season. And LaLa Ri had a great song choice and killed it. Slayed down boots. I was like, okay, come on, LaLa. This is the LaLa Ri experience. I was like, this is so great. Right away, I'm like, day one. These are top two. These are top two. Because their songs was just all around better. And just the way they performed it was just so entertaining to watch. And then I liked what Alexis did in his performance too. But I just preferred LaLa and Kandi's songs and the way that they did it better. Everybody else didn't really care, right? So then we get to the runways. And, Kahana, why are we getting Vegas showgirl for Grace Jones? Like, that just didn't make no sense to me. And I understand that that's her aesthetic and that's cool. And she looked fabulous. But I was like, this is not the move for me. And then James came out looking trash. I was like, what is going on? First of all, there were holes in all of it. Like, it was holes and cutouts and like stitch stuff, work in his stuff. And it looked horrible. The thing didn't fit. The bodysuit, the foxtails looked a hot mess. I was like, what? This ain't no all-star nothing at all. Then Kandi came out. And I was like, all right, classic bodysuit Kandi. And they put like, you know, the abstract things on the bodysuit. Okay. But then I'm like, it is Grace Jones. And I see what he's mirroring. Okay, cool. It looks great. Kandi looks great. He's serving, right? I'm like, all right, cool. I was really waiting to see La La Ree. But right after Kandi, we get Jessica Wilde. Jessica Wilde looked gorgeous. Gorgeous. I loved his take of Grace Jones. Looked amazing. Alexis looked good in the Grace Jones look. It looked really good, actually. Jimbo looked really good in the Grace Jones look. La La Ree looked good, but it didn't give expensive. La La Ree looked like Grace Jones. So the whole, like, what he could have gave just could have been a bit more avant-garde. And like, here's the thing. If you had to save all your money on all the potential looks that you knew was going to be on the show, you should have saved your money for the Grace Jones look and would have made that, you know what I'm saying? I think, and I'm not trying to count the pockets, this is the way that it's coming off to me. I think La La Ree, like, spread out his money through all the outfits and just wanted all the outfits to give Plain Jane. I'm waiting for a La La Ree, like, avant-garde. Like, what we get in the promo pictures, La La Ree ain't give that yet. And I don't want him to wait all the way, if he make it to the end, wait until the end for us to get this La La Ree experience on the runway. Like, you had Grace Jones. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Like, La La Ree could have won this challenge if La La Ree could have came up with 2 Grace Jones reveal looks. Because you Grace Jones. So, like, one look could have been there, boom, and then it did like a reveal, boom, and gave another Grace Jones look. He would have won. This would have been his thing to win. But I think he was just spreading out the finances, child, and it was what it was. Ultimately, the top 3 that I think would have been the top 3 got the top 3. Well, the top 2. I didn't put Jessica Wilde in the top 3. I put Alexis, Lala, and Kandi in the top 3. But Jessica is great, and I love Jessica. Jessica is a top runner. So I definitely would have put Kandi and La La Ree in the top 2. But the reason why Kandi, well, no, I'm not going to do that. Kandi won because he deserved to win, period. But it would have been a tougher choice between the 2 of them, La La Ree and Kandi, if La La Ree would have had a double look on top of the, you know, the Grace Jones look. Like, if he would have just came out and did like a reveal and then had another look and was sickening because he is Grace Jones, he could have won that. He could have easily took that. But, you know, it is what it is. So Kandi ends up winning, and I'm not shocked. Phenomenal job, Kandi. Phenomenal freaking job. Kandi comes through with the lip sync look, sickening. I'm thinking like Kandi about to slay on this because his look was given. It was giving Nicki Minaj Met Gala look with the black speckles and the black, you know what I'm saying? Boom. Then we get Angeria. I loved Angeria on his season. I thought he was a funny queen. Kandy Muse served. Kandy Muse ate down and served. Kandy Muse got that 30K because he deserved that 30K. This episode was his episode. Period, point, into the blank. Right? Ate it down. And it was what it was. But this is why I'm telling you, Kandi is a plotter. He's a plotter. Like, if you come at him bucking, he gonna buck back cool. But he's a plotter because he thinks smart and gets rid of James. James was competition, period. Kahana ain't nobody's competition in the show. If you real smart, leave Kahana in that bitch. Leave Kahana in that bitch, because Kahana gonna be in the bottom every episode after this. Period. The plotter, Kandi, understands that, and Kandi wants James out, because James is competition. Kahana ain't competition. Leave her ass in the show. I'm gonna beat her every time, and I'm getting my way to the top. Period. Period. And if I'm Kahana, I would feel some sort of way. 1, because you clearly been in the bottom multiple times. But 2, that's why you keeping me in the... Yup, that's exactly why I'm keeping you here. Because you ain't never going to win. That's why Kandi is a plotter. And so I believe Hottie in Closet and what Hottie in Closet said. Kandi is a plotter. He is. And it showed at the end. But great job, Kandi. You did a great job. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. I really do. I really do. I love RuPaul. Could y'all, Mona Simone on RuPaul's Drag Race, like a guest judge or something. Ooh, the comedy of it all. Anyway, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Leave your comments below. Who do you think was the top picks? Let go, baby. And yeah, I love RuPaul. Deuces.